Golden State Media Concepts presents the GSMC Classics series with episodes of some of your favorites from a day gone by, a time gone by. Join us as we time travel to some of your classic favorites from yesteryear. The GSMC Podcast Network invites you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the GSMC Classics series on the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network.
Rogers in the 25th century.
Buck Rogers is on the air, brought to you by the makers of Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle, those delicious frozen confections on a stick. And now a message from the famous winner of the Typical American Boy contest, Popsicle Pete.
Say, kids, can you imagine this? You get wonderful free presents for doing something you want to do anyway. Look, when you eat a swell popsicle, fudgicle, or creamsicle, you save the bags and get your pick of keen gifts. Listen to these: a movie camera, skates, table tennis, sleeping doll, jewelry, hundreds of gifts. And they're wonderful gifts, too. Get yourself a popsicle gift list. It tells all the things you can get and how many bags you need. And it's got a free coupon on it worth 10 bags. You get it at your ice cream store free.
And take along a nickel and have a swell popsicle or fudgicle or creamsicle on a handy stick. Are they good? So refreshing. And good for you. Mother knows that. They're made fresh every day by the best ice cream manufacturers in town. And boy, do they last. The biggest nickel's worth anywhere.
Say, don't forget to save the bags for gifts.
Now, let's see. In our last episode, we learned that while Buck and his friends were trying to get on the trail of Killer Kane and Ardela, Kane appeared aboard Black Barney's rocket plane and ordered him to head for the ruins of ancient Philadelphia. But tonight, we'll pick up our story at the Central Spaceport, where Buck and Wilma are waiting in vain for Barney to come in and land. Now, here we go, 500 years into the future.
Doggone it, Wilma. I certainly wish Black Barney would hurry up and get here.
I know it, Buck. It was over an hour ago that he radioed Dr. Hewitt that he was on his way in.
Yeah.
Can't suppose something could have happened to him, do you?
Thinking of that new gyrocosmic relativator aboard his ship?
Uh-huh. Think it may have gone wrong somehow and thrown his ship out of control?
No, he'd have radioed for help. He's probably just taking his time somewhere out there in space, giving that relativator a real tryout.
Dr. Hewitt told him we need that ship in a hurry, though.
Yeah, that's true. And I have a battle cruiser here all ready to have the relativator transferred to it. See it over there?
Oh, I wondered why that ship was out of the hangar. Well equipped for a chase after Kane and Ardela?
Yes, sir. Rocket guns, a long-range disintegrator, one-way energy projector, all sorts of stuff. Even a gas analyzer that'll let us pick up and follow a rocket trail.
Good. It'll have a gyrocosmic relativator when Barney gets it back here to us.
Say, if necessary, we could start without it.
What?
Sure. Barney must have left a rocket trail when he took off from here.
Yes.
Well, we can follow it up to where he is and board his ship out in space.
How?
With a good old collapsible airlock.
Collapsible airlock.
Sure, you remember it. A big flexo steel tube that... Well, look there. Don't you see it there on the underside of our battle cruiser?
Oh, yes. It's a big tube that connects two ships flying side by side out in space.
Or better still, you can hook the two ships together with the magnetic grapples they all carry.
Uh-huh.
Then the collapsible airlock makes an airtight connection between the two ships.
Oh, I see. We could transfer the gyrocosmic relativator to our cruiser that way.
That's the idea. Wilma, you're so doggone used to all these scientific developments that you don't even think of them when there's an occasion to use them. But having come from the 20th century, they're all so marvelous to me, I can't help thinking of most of the time. So come on, let's hop into the cruiser, turn on the gas analyzer, and take off.
Well, now listen, Buck.
Come on, all the time we're standing around here, waiting for Barney to come back is wasted. Gives Kane and Ardela just that much more chance to get away from us.
I doubt if they're very far away. No rocket planes have been reported missing, you know.
Except for a little air roadster. The one that was seen leaving the vicinity of Dr. Hewer's laboratory. And with that pair at the controls, even a little roadster is enough to take them well out of reach.
Look, Buck.
Yeah?
Why not try calling Barney by radio before we head out into space after him?
Now, that's a good idea. But come on. Aboard the cruiser is as good a place to call him as any.
Okay.
Here you are. Go ahead and climb in.
Right. Shall I turn on the transmitter?
Please. I'll leave this metal door open just in case he should come sailing down while we're trying to contact him.
All set, Buck. Go ahead.
Thanks. Buck Rogers calling Black Barney.
Probably he'll come in now that we've decided to go up after him.
No, that won't make me mad. Calling Black Barney. Buck Rogers calling Black Barney.
Apparently he didn't realize how important it was that he get back here in a hurry.
Calling Black Barney.
Funny, though, that he doesn't answer. I think he might have the receiver aboard that ship turned off.
No reason under the sun why he should. Even then, the automatic signal would work. Calling Black Barney.
Then, Buck, something must be wrong. He's had plenty of time to get back here, even flying slowly. And if he doesn't answer a radio call, why, something must be wrong, that's all.
I hope you're wrong. Calling Black Barney. I'm afraid you're right, Wilma. Close the metal door, will you, please?
All set, Buck.
Now, take the controls and head us straight up until the gas analyzer picks up the trail of rocket exhaust from Barney's ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep on trying to call him.
Right. Here we go.
Now, don't be afraid to use plenty of power, Wilma, and swing us around in a wide circle as soon as we get some altitude.
Okay, Buck.
Calling Black Barney. Buck Rogers calling Black Barney. Calling Black Barney. Calling Black Barney. Buck Rogers calling Black Barney.
Listen here now to me, Kane. You gotta let me answer that radio call.
Shut up, Barney. And don't make any move toward that transmitter.
Please let him answer, Mr. Kane.
Be quiet, Willie.
Buck Rogers calling Black Barney. Well, I guess it's no use, Wilma.
But don't you see, Kane? They don't know where I'm at. They might even be thinking I run off with a rocket ship. This one.
Which is exactly what you have done.
No, sir. Why, if it wasn't for you, I'd have this ship right back at the center of space.
Don't you see, Barney? You're in trouble, no matter how you look at it. The only wise thing you can do is come along and work with me.
No, sir. There ain't nobody or nothing that can make me do it.
We'll see about that later. Watch your navigation now. We're ready to land.
Okay.
You see there? There are the ruins of ancient Philadelphia just ahead of us.
Hey, that must have been a pretty big city.
Never mind about that. Barney, you see that rocket roadster parked over there to the left?
Yeah?
Well, drop us down right beside it. And land easily so the rocket blast won't scorch up the entire countryside.
Hey, you trying to tell me how I should order to land a rocket ship? Now, hang on. I'm going to cut the power.
And coast down from here?
Yeah.
Turn on that power, Barney. We drop this far, we'll crack up.
No, we can coast down from here easy.
Turn on that power, you fool. Turn it on.
Okay. There you are. Just as nice a landing as you could want.
See, Mr. Kane? He told you he could do it.
It's the gyrocosmic relativator. That's what kept us from crashing.
You mean I didn't do a nice landing?
Yes, I can see where that instrument will be of real value to us. All right, Barney.
Yeah?
Open the door.
Sure.
Well, if it isn't my old friend Black Barney.
Huh? Adela.
And Willie. Well, what a surprise this is.
Willie, I don't like this. No, sir.
No, sir.
Why, Barney, how can you say
Hold it,
anything?
Adela. We've got work to do.
Okay, what's on your mind, if any?
Did you break into Hear's laboratory as I told you to?
Absolutely.
How about the scientific instrument I told you to bring along?
You mean the
Don't name it. The point is, did you get it?
Sure. It's right there beside the rocket roadster. That big package there.
Then, Barney,
Yeah?
go over there and get that package and put it aboard this ship.
Well, now, listen, Kane.
Go ahead, Barney, and make it fast.
Okay. Only you don't need to be tough about it.
Willie,
Yes, sir?
in on the control table of this ship, you'll find some scraps of paper. Get me one of them.
What kind of paper?
Go ahead, get going.
Yes, sir. I'll get it.
Okay, now what?
Oh, where do you want me to put this, Kane?
Inside the ship, I said. On the floor, anywhere.
Okay.
Adela, keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't try to touch the controls and get away.
Right, Kane.
Here's a piece of paper, Mr. Kane.
Good. Now, hold still so I can write on it on your back. That's it.
Now what, Kane?
Just keep your eye on Barney for a minute until I finish this.
Okay.
There. There, that'll do it. Now, Willie,
Yes, sir?
your job is to deliver this note to Captain Buck Rogers in Niagara. You can fly over in that little rocket roadster. And I want you to make time, you understand?
All alone?
You can fly that roadster, can't you?
Sure, I guess so, but I don't think I know the way to Niagara.
Then find your way.
But how about Mr. Barney?
Never mind about Barney. Get going with that note for Captain Rogers.
Oh, now listen, Mr. Kane.
Get out of here before
All right, I'll go.
Well, that's that. Adela,
Yes?
didn't leave anything of value in that roadster, did you?
Nope. All the weapons I brought along are right here.
Good. Now, let me into that control seat.
Are we taking off?
Just as soon as little Willie gets started back toward Niagara.
Willie? Niagara?
Look through this window, Barney, and you'll see that he's about to take off in the air roadster.
But he can't run that ship, Kane. He'll crack up.
He'd better not. He's taking a message to Buck Rogers.
There he goes.
Kane, I tell you, the boy can't fly.
And here we go.
Now, listen here to me, Kane.
Yes, Kane, I think you were crazy to let Willie try to fly to Niagara like that.
Are you running this little party, or am I?
Oh.
Barney. Barney!
Yeah?
Watch closely, and I'll show you how to keep from leaving a rocket trail.
What are you going to try to do, Kane?
Cut the power and coast into the place we land.
But we'll smash up.
Use your head, Adela. This ship is equipped with a gyro cosmic relativator.
But you're not going to make our headquarters that close to the place we left Willie, I hope.
Absolutely. Because that's the last place in the world Rogers would expect to find us.
I hope you're right, Kane.
Of course I am. Now, Barney, you can unwrap that package there on the floor.
What is it?
The instrument that'll make you more than glad to join forces with Adela and me.
No, sir. No, sir. There won't nothing ever make me do that. Well, let me see what you got.
Watch that face, Adela.
Right.
Kate. Kate. No.
Well?
It's a ray. The cycle description ray.
Right, Barney. The psychic restriction ray.
Yes, and I'm afraid that although it won't hurt Barney, that ray will make him perfectly willing to do whatever Kane says.
Say, fellas and girls, there's a raft of wonderful presents just waiting for you to send in those bags from Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle. I picked out the presents. Yep, skates, fishing tackle, a candid camera, dolls, bracelets, wallets, and gosh, hundreds of swell things. Get your friends to help you save bags. The more you save, the better presents you get.
And don't forget, a valuable gift bag is wrapped around every single Popsicle, Creamsicle, and Fudgicle. Now make today Fudgicle Day. What a treat. Real creamy chocolate fudge frozen on a handy stick. Only 5 cents for a big one. Full of energy, too. Good for your bones and teeth. Each one is as rich in milk solids as a glass of milk. It's delicious.
Save bags for gifts every day. Don't forget.
Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Buck Rogers is on the air, brought to you by the makers of Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle. those delicious frozen confections on a stick. And now, a message from the famous winner of the typical American boy contest, Popsicle Pete.
Hello, everybody. Guess what I've got here? A wristwatch for you. It's ticking away like anything. Gee, it's nifty. And it's yours, fellas and girls, free. All you do is save bags from Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle. You get hundreds of gifts, wonderful gifts, too, for those bags. Better start saving right away. Those bags are as good as money.
Yes, you'll find a valuable gift bag wrapped around every genuine Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle. Look for the name on each bag. It's registered by the U.S. Patent Office. And boy, will you love those great, big, swell-tasting frozen confections on a handy stick. Get one every day at your ice cream store. The biggest nickel's worth you ever saw. And wholesome. Couldn't be more pure if Mother made them.
And do they last? Say, don't forget to get a free gift list in your ice cream store. There's a free coupon on it worth 10 bags.
Well, now, tonight we should find out how and where Cain and Ardela, with Black Barney as their prisoner, are going to make their headquarters. But first, we'd better check up on Buck. And the easiest way to do that is by dropping into Central Radio Bureau at Niagara, the capital of 25th century America. All set? Then here we go, 500 years into the future.
Central Radio Bureau, Davidson speaking.
This is Buck Rogers, Dave.
Oh, yes, Captain Rogers. What can I do for you, sir?
Have you any idea where Dr. Hewer is, Dave? And why I haven't been able to call him at his laboratory?
Why, yes, sir. Right now, he's almost 80 floors below me in the protoniformer room of our transmitting setup.
What under the sun is he doing there?
Oh, he's looking through old pieces of equipment in the hope of finding some bits of impenetrite.
Impenetrite?
Well, that's what he said before he went down there.
Oh, probably with the idea of making up another gyrocosmic relativator.
Yeah, what?
A new invention. Has to have impenetrite for it.
Oh.
Any way of reaching him down there? Can you give me a line to him?
Well, he must have disconnected it so as not to be disturbed. I tried to call him just a few minutes ago and couldn't even raise an echo.
Dave, I wish you'd pass something on to him just as soon as you can get in touch with him.
Well, surely, Captain. I'll be glad to.
Well, tell him that Wilma and I have taken off in a battle cruiser and are trying to get on the rocket trail of the ship Black Barney's in.
Something happened to Barney, Captain?
Yes, Dave, I'm afraid so. That's why it's so important you get this message straight to Dr. Hewer.
Well, then listen.
Yeah?
Why not let me hook a telemagnetic recorder strip in on this receiver? You know, simply record your message to him. Then when Burke comes on duty to relieve me, I'll take it down to him.
Good idea, Dave.
It'll certainly be more clear to the doctor than any message I might try to relay to him verbally.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Captain, go right ahead with your message.
Do I have to address this to him some way?
No, just carry on a regular conversation with me.
Okay. Well, we took off right next to the spot where Barney and Willie left in the ship equipped with a gyrocosmic relativator. Is that okay, Dave?
Yeah, whatever that relativator is.
Well, we flew straight up because we figured that would be the way he did.
Yeah?
Then we started slowly circling around.
Uh-huh.
But the gas analyzer doesn't show a sign of his rocket trail yet. If we don't find it within a few minutes, we'll have to start at the ground again.
Oh, excuse me, Captain.
Yeah?
I take it that gyrocosmic thing you mentioned is something new on a rocket plane.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Makes a full power takeoff possible.
Well, then perhaps Barney cut his power after taking off just to see if this new device was working right.
Yeah, that's possible.
He must have taken almost any direction when he put on the power again.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out by circling around. In any event, when we do locate his trail and direction, we'll report again.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're lucky, we may even pick up some information about Cain and Ardela.
Huh?
The more I think of it, the more I'm willing to bet there's a connection between them and Barney's disappearance.
Well, if that's true, your job amounts to nothing more or less than running down Cain and Ardela.
Right. Now, that's certainly enough of a message for Dr. Hewer, Dave, so get it to him fast.
Yes, sir.
Thought you were going to use a gyrocosmic relativator and coast down to a landing, Cain.
Don't worry. This one little burst of power isn't going to leave enough of a trail to be followed. Now then.
Good work. We're landed all right, and without even the tiniest bump.
Yes. This relativator Barney brought us makes taking off and landing so easy a baby could do it. Even Barney here.
You listen here now to me, Cain.
Well, Barney?
You know good and well I didn't bring that there now gyro thing to you. You stole it. That's what.
Why, Barney.
Sure. Me and Willie was trying it out for Lieutenant Wilmer and Captain Rogers and Dr. Ure. And the only reason you got it is on account of you stowed away in this here rocket ship.
Now, Barney.
Sure you did. And I want to know that you done what you done with my little Willie, too, huh? What did you?
Barney, your dear little Willie is acting as messenger boy for me. He's taking a note to Buck Rogers.
Didn't you see him take off for Niagara in the rocket roadster, Barney? Sure you did.
Sure I did. Only he can't fly one of them things, and if anything happens to him, Killer Kane, I'll get you for it if it's the last thing I ever do. You hear me, Kane? And I mean it.
Barney, you sound positively dangerous. I guess we'll have to do something about you.
What do you mean, do something?
Would you really like to know, Barney?
Sure, I'd like to know.
Very well. We're going to put you under the psychic restriction ray.
Huh?
It has a most startling effect on rebellious people.
No. Listen, Kate, listen. Did I ever do anything to you to make you put me under the psychic description ray?
Will you work with Ardela and me voluntarily?
Well,
How about it, Barney?
No, sir. I won't do it.
And that settles it.
Well, now listen.
First, of course, we've got to get established in some sort of headquarters.
Now, Kane, about that cycle...
Kane, are you still set on putting our headquarters here? So close to where Willie left us?
Listen.
If you'd use that pretty head of yours for something beside a perch for a flying helmet, you'd realize there isn't a better place in the solar system.
All right. Why?
No rocket trail leading up to where we've landed here. How is there?
No, because you cut the power a couple of miles away and coasted down. But you still haven't answered my question.
Ardela, think. Try it. Just once.
All right, rave on.
When little Willie delivers my message, the first thing Rogers is going to do is ask him where he saw us.
And believe me, Willie isn't going to waste any time in telling him, down to the last detail.
Right. But do you think for a minute Rogers will expect to find us here, waiting for him to come and get us?
Well...
Ardela, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Just as far from where Willie was with us as possible.
Exactly. That's exactly what Rogers would expect us to do. And that's why we're safer here than anywhere else we could possibly be. It's the last place in the world he'd expect to find us.
Okay, you win.
Yeah.
And that just shows that you're pretty dumb, Kane.
Hey?
If you think you can keep Captain Rogers from finding you, you're dumb, that's all.
Quiet, Bonnie.
Buck might think to look for us here at that, Kane.
What makes you think so?
Professor Smith, the mad scientist who had ideas for becoming supreme grand ruler of the solar system. You know, the man who invented the psychic restriction ray.
Well, what about him?
Well, this is where he hung out.
Don't let that worry you. By the time we get through fixing this place up, Smith himself wouldn't be able to spot us.
What do you mean by fixing it up?
Come on, let's get out of this rocket ship and I'll show you. Oh, by the way...
Yeah?
What sort of equipment were you able to pick up when you dropped into Dr. Huer's laboratory? Is this it here, in this bag?
Yeah, a rocket pistol, small disintegrator, and 2 force rays.
Good work. Now, as for tools, there are plenty right here in the ship. So bring along those weapons. And Barney.
Yeah? What?
You may have the honor of bringing along the psychic restriction ray.
I don't want no psychic description ray.
Bring it along. But wait. What's this lever for? Here on the control panel.
I don't know, Kane.
Bonnie?
Sure, anybody'd know that. It's a rocket dampener for working the attachment on the rocket tube so it'll cut down on the rocket flame so that
Splendid. It'll not only cut down whatever noise this ship makes while in flight, but it'll change the rocket trail. There we are. Now, come on.
Okay. Help me step down to the ground, please, Barney. I've got my hands full.
Oh, sure, Miss Ardela. I'll be...
Never mind that, Barney.
Huh?
You take care of that ray machine. And don't drop it. You understand? Handle it carefully.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ardela.
Isn't that what I'm doing?
And these tools are just what we need. I'll put them right out of here.
I'm not going to leave the ship out in plain sight, I hope.
Huh?
You heard me.
Ardela, you do have an idea now and then, don't you? Let me have that small disintegrator.
Here. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Watch. First, I disintegrate a large hole right alongside the ship.
That's a mighty big hole you disintegrated.
we are.
All right. Now what?
Wait and see.
Hey, he ain't gonna fly away and leave us, is he?
We better not try it. Oh, let's see.
Yeah. He's navigating it right into the hole he made with the disintegrator, ain't he?
And believe it or not, there's room to spare. Nice work, Kane. But it's still in plain sight.
Now, where's that one-way energy projector? Oh, here, you have it, Adela.
Yeah.
Don't think you can cover up that whole complete rocket ship with one of them things. Do you?
Watch.
Wait.
Huh?
If you cover it up, how'll we get it out again?
Push the dirt away with one of these force rays.
Oh.
Now, watch. Well, satisfied?
A little more dirt needs to be pushed over it on this side here, Kane.
There you are. The ground looks as though it had never been disturbed.
I had no idea one of those little things, force rays, packed so much power.
So did I.
Non-recoil energy, Adela. Just another of yours many inventions that'll be of help to us.
Well, now what?
Now, we're going to establish our headquarters underground.
Where Smitty used to have his?
Yes, come on. And let Buck Rogers or anybody else try to find us once we get established in this city.
Central Radio Bureau, Davidson.
Listen, Dave. This is Buck Rogers again.
Oh, yes, sir. Any news about Black Barney or Killer Kane in Ardela, Captain?
Plenty.
No kidding.
But how about my message to Dr. Hewer? Did you get it to him?
Yes, sir. He's on his way back to his laboratory.
Well, then maybe I'd better call him direct.
Oh, I'm afraid you won't be able to get him right away, Captain.
Huh? Why not?
Well, he said he was going to make several stops along the way. The municipal storehouse and the electrochemical laboratories and the ultronium foundry. Oh, a couple of other places, too.
Well, then take another message for me. And relay it to him as soon as you can get in touch with him.
On the telemagnetic recorder?
Won't need it. This message is plenty short.
All right, shoot.
Tell Dr. Hewer that Wilma and I have picked up Barney's rocket trail with a gas analyzer, and we're following it at top speed.
Good work, Captain.
And we're not stopping until we find him.
Good stuff. But wait a minute. Didn't Kane deliberately break up his rocket trail so it couldn't be followed? Well...
Fellas and girls, hurry up and send in bags from Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle, and get yourself swell gifts. All the things you want but haven't got money to buy, like a wristwatch, movie camera, doll, jewelry, wallet, table tennis, fishing tackle, hundreds of wonderful gifts. Just save up Creamsicle, Fudgicle, and Popsicle bags. Excuse me now, folks. I'm going out to have a popsicle.
And will you get one for me, Pete?
Sure, Mr. Johnstone.
Yes, sir. There's nothing that tastes better than a great big cold popsicle. Those juicy fresh fruit ices frozen on a stick. Have one tonight. Get your favorite fruit flavor. They're refreshing, full of energy, and only 5 cents for a great big twin popsicle. And boy, does it last.
You've been listening to the GSMC Classics series, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Follow us at www.gsmcpodcast.com and find all of our timeless programming by typing GSMC Classics into any podcast app, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and more. Remember to subscribe to the GSMC Classics series podcasts of your choice to stay up to date on new episodes. And if you could take a minute to give us a nice review, that really helps us to get this ageless programming out to others who would enjoy it just as much as you have. Check out all of our GSMC Classics series podcasts. Whether you're in the mood for comedy, romance, adventure, history, science fiction, horror, or anything in between, the GSMC Classics series has you covered. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program on the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network.